Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ryan, aka Ryman, and this is once again Ryman's Bizarre Adventures through Katawa Shoujo. It's late at night on a Sunday evening, and I thought what perfect way to unwind and get myself ready for the new aggravating work week than with some Katawa Shoujo. Last time we were here, the moment happened. Our editing skills were put to the test. But now that we've done the deed, I feel like we might be... This has got to be the last chapter. It has to be, right? We're going to finally learn if whether or not our choices have led us to a good path or a bad path. Now, I'm not sure how long this chapter will be, so I got my timer going. If it starts going on too long, I'm just going to probably have to save the finale for another day. But for now, I've been dragging this on for a minute now. Let's just get to it. My eyes feel heavy as they slowly open, the light from the outside making me blink a bit to let them get adjusted. My body feels like lead, and my head feels just as heavy. Waking up to an unfamiliar ceiling is an uncomfortable feeling. Just wait till college, sir. That could be a common occurrence. It reminds me of the first time I awoke to the dimpled white tile ceiling of the hospital. It's only after spending a few seconds staring up at it that I realize where I am. This is Hanako's dormitory room. Shit, we forgot to sneak out. I feel as though my heart stopped again. As the events of last night rush through my head, blood rushes to my cheeks, and I shut my eyes once more. There's very little point to getting myself worked up this early, though, so I try to push such things out of my mind for now. I roll my head to the side to see if Hanako, where she was when I drifted off to sleep. All that's there now is an empty space on the bed, and the room beyond. She walked out on me? She can't sneak out after the deed. This is her fucking room. Maybe she had an assassination mission. I'm super happy I wasn't the mark. I sluggishly sit up and rub my eyes, before pinching the bridge of my nose and looking around the room. The ramen noodles are still up there. The only person here is me. I'm still bereft of my clothes, and after a quick scan of the floor for them, I notice that they're neatly folded in the corner of the room. Oh, that was sweet of her. Try as I might, I can't see Hanako's anywhere. The foil packet for the condom's been removed too, presumably put into the bin. I certainly hope so. With a great yawn, I get myself out of bed and quickly look for some underwear. I grimace a little at the prospect of putting my boxers back on after yesterday's efforts Rewind a little bit. Get yourself adjusted, Ryan, and press forward. I know it's late, but let's do this. I grimace a little at the prospect of putting my boxers back on after yesterday's efforts did a job on them, but I don't have much choice. Taking advantage of the fact that I have some time without anyone around, I get myself dressed for the coming school day in short order. And then, I'm alone. Without anything more to busy myself with, my mind becomes focused on the fact that I'm standing in another person's bedroom after we spent the night together. But there's not a single sign of her around. Did you check under the bed? My gut proves to be more helpful than my brain at working out this riddle. With a loud growl, it reminds me that she may as well be getting breakfast. Hisao, my brother, did your stomach just make the anime protagonist growl? Oh, man. I would have liked to wake up next to her, but maybe it's a good thing that I have a few moments alone. Hanako's room, as always, is quite bleak in appearance. There are precious few decorations, and practically no personal artifacts that aren't hidden away in cupboards and drawers. Well, what do you want from her, man? There's really not that much in my fucking room. There's like maybe one or two Walking Dead posters. That's kind of it. Man, I should really put more shit in my room. She's lived here for 3 years, but the room looks as if it's barely been occupied for a single day. I shouldn't overthink this. She might just be, like, living this way, as some do. Having the ability to put such low stock in physical possessions does have its advantages, but even so, it feels a little disconcerting, giving her pass. She said she viewed herself as having had her life on hold while at the orphanage. She certainly lives as if she still does. But, after what happened last night, it's pretty hard to imagine that she still thinks that way. By the way, I would like to give out an apology to anyone still suffering psychological damage over me reading through a very erotic scene. I have been told time and time again that no one was prepared for it. Just like the Spanish Inquisition, it kind of blindsided everyone. The sound of the door handle cracks through my thoughts, and I turn to face it. Wait, did I put on underwear yet? Sure enough, Hanako comes through and shuts the door behind her. She has what seem to be 2 microwaved instant meals in her hands. So this is a little difficult. Good morning, Hanako. I almost said good morning, Sal. Oh my god. Morning. She gives a little bow before making her way to her desk. Setting down both plates, I can now see them to be little satay dishes, their contents steaming, with a fork stuck inside the rice of each. I give thanks to her for bringing them in, and we each take one and get down to eating. She sits on her desk chair while I sit on the side of the bed. Am I still butt naked? I don't like talking while eating, so the silence between us isn't annoying in and of itself. It's the fact that it's only exists because we don't quite know what to say to each other that's off-putting. I have an idea. Hanako, have you seen my underpants? Hanako glances towards me every so often as she eats. I only notice her doing so because I'm doing just the same thing. We're eating together as if we're a couple. Ooh. And we even had sex last night. For the first time for both of us. Something feels wrong, though. Is it the draft you're feeling? Maybe that's why we can't say even a word to each other as we finish our plates and leave them in the sink. Maybe that's why we leave Hanako's room without holding hands or making small talk. Maybe that's why it feels as if we're further apart than we've ever been before. Oh, jeez. Wait. I'm going to have to go back in editing. Was there ever a segment where he said he found his underpants? Alright. I guess in my mind we just said fucking we went to school fucking naked. Alright. We entered the classroom together. Neither of us doing so much as glancing at each other. Just after we do so, I realize this may have been a mistake. Shizune lifts her eyebrow at the sight, her suspicions raised. Oh no. We reach the center of the aisle between the classroom desks and look to each other. I'm not quite sure what I should say. Does she want me to address her as a girlfriend? I don't think our relationship was... Oh, that's why this feels so strange. See you. We're in the same class, you dolt! Okay. I awkwardly hold up a hand as we part and take our seats at our respective desks. I can't even look back to her out of embarrassment. I feel like the gulf between Hanako and me is because of me and my reading skill. What the fuck, Shizune? Just fucking creep in from the side. Shizune begins to make her way towards me, but then Muto enters the room. Muto with the save! I'm thankful for his arrival being so well timed, drawing Shizune and her questioning away to wait for another time. Click, damn it. I would have been able to answer her anyway. I like Hanako, but I've never told her what my feelings for her are. Hanako never said she saw me as anything beyond a friend, either. Yet, despite that, we slept together. The bell to signal the beginning of lunch rings out. Muto is taken a little off guard, his chemistry lecture being cut off mid-sentence, much to his chagrin. For the entirety of the class, his rambling has passed through one ear and out the other as my mind mulls over the question of Hanako. I can't get her out of my mind, and by now I've managed to wind myself up about it. I realize that she never said yes to what we did. Oh, no! He's not wrong. She didn't say no either, but would she have been able to? She's extremely submissive at best of times, and no doubt it took her a gargantuan effort to show me her scarring. Okay, we can either jump out the window and fake our deaths, or we can ride this out. We're gonna ride this out, because I don't think booking it is an option. He raises a very good point. That's a big problem a lot of people go through. I decided to try at least make conversation with her. That would be better than the monosymbolic communication that's been the most we've managed between each other so far today. I walked her to her desk intending to chat, but she awkwardly blushes and looked down even before I come up to her. I don't like this music kicking in. That means it's gonna pull another fucking feels gut punch on me. I take a breath to speak, but find myself lost for words. What the fuck should I say to her? Hearing approaching footsteps, I turn to see Shizune and Misha already making their way towards us. Oh, no doubt with the intent to start asking troublesome things. This is now what we call between a rock and a hard place. A couple of other classmates are looking at us and gossiping between themselves as they throw sidelong glances. This is between a rock and a hard place with an audience. This is like getting into a horrific traffic accident on a highway in India and you just immediately get swarmed by fucking bystanders taking pictures. That was weirdly specific. I've been on live leaks too much. They must have also noticed Hanako and me coming in together earlier. I open my mouth to reassure Hanako, but she preempts me. I gotta go do something! No! No! They did it again! She literally just pulled a fucking Hanako! Oh, I can't believe they did that to me again. Again. For anyone at home wondering what pulling a Hanako is, that is literally what it was. It's getting up, saying, I gotta go do something, and then immediately bolting out of the room. She gets out of her chair and dashes for the door. A couple of the books and pens that were on the desk are sent falling to the floor in her rush. This doesn't look good right now. Not many people seem to care about this event. A few look around to see what all the fuss is about. Whew, but go back to what they were previously doing soon after. I'm left desperately looking at the door that Hanako disappeared out of, the idea of running after her passes through my mind, but I'm fairly sure the Hanako can run faster than I can. I can't believe I just got hit with another Hanako move. And besides, what would I say to her once I caught up anyway? Eventually, I simply crouched down and began picking up the items that had fallen to the ground from her desk. I feel low in every way. Reduced to this as students pass by me on their way out of the room. Ugh. Oh no! I gotta remember how to do the fucking Misha voice. I feel a tap on my shoulder. I look up to see Shizune and Misha looking at me. Curiosity about the situation written on their faces, mixed with a slightly apologetic look at the idea that they were partially responsible for what just happened. Ellipses. Oh no, how did I do your voice? Give me a moment. Christ, it's been ages, really. Hey, Cheyenne, if we can help at all... No, let me cut you off there, Misha. I just shake my head. This isn't a matter for them. And from Shizune's expression and the tone of Misha's voice, I think they know the same thing. Just shut that shit down. And they're gone. Yeah. Shizune acknowledges my response and gives a solemn bow before making her way out of the room. Misha soon follows her out, obediently following her role as Shizune's shadow. I pick myself up, books and pens in hand, and place them inside Hanako's desk. With the classroom now empty, I end up just leaning against her desk and thinking to myself in silence. It feels like there's a complete emotional disconnect between Hanako and me. Hanako and I, we haven't known each other for all that long, and despite wanting to start going out with her, I really don't know that much about Hanako's view, how Hanako views things. I can't fucking read tonight! I've been studying as hard as I can for exams, but I still don't feel like I have any real sense of direction behind it. I try to be a friend to Hanako, even I couldn't tell her my feelings, and all we've done is drive each other apart. I couldn't even write a letter back to the one girl who ever loved me, Iwanako. What should I do? What can I do? I simply don't know the answer to either of those questions. I do know that nobody else can help me with them. I can't. Just going back to the way things were would be enough to make me happy, but I know it could never happen. Something changed between us last night. Maybe it changed beforehand and just came to a head then. Something did. Ooh. I know there's a wall that Hanako has between me and her. I've been hitting that wall every time I try to interact with her on any level. But now I'm beginning to think that I have my own wall between us just as much as she does. And she had to practically drag my past out of me, and mine was much less traumatic than hers. I want to say it's because I haven't long to adjust since my heart attack, but I know full well that it could just be an excuse. The one time I can recall when it really felt like she was opening up to me of her own accord was when she was playing billiards in the city. I was the one who stopped her from going further. I want to know Hanako better. I want to save our friendship, if not being a real relationship with her. My mind begins to tick as I sit against her desk, thinking to myself in the empty classroom that we spent so much time in together. I have to talk to Hanako. I pace around in the park, feelings of anxiety rolling over me. Every so often I reach into my pocket to take out my phone, but each and every time I hesitate, I end up slipping it back in. If this were any normal situation, I wouldn't be cutting classes. Unfortunately, it isn't, and so I find myself in town below the school at 2 in the afternoon. Ever since I met Hanako, I've been the one to initiate everything between us. The one that started conversations, went to her went to her wherever she was, and suggested what we should do. Today, this once, I don't want to be the only one doing that. My hand dives into my pocket once more. This time I quickly navigate to the texting menu before I have a chance to change my mind. Hanako, if you want to talk, I'll be at the park in town for a while. Fighting a last measure of doubt, I thumb into my message to Hanako and press the button to send it. And now, I wait. My part in this has been fulfilled. What needs to happen now is for Hanako to make the decision. It would be meaningless for me to drag her here. She needs to decide for herself whether she wants to meet me. The apple juice from the vending machine tastes awfully bitter as I swill it down. My grip on it has caused it to dent slightly in the middle. I shouldn't be this tense, but it's probably inevitable. Hanako is dear to me. What happened in the last couple of days has put a lot of pressure on both of us. The idea of losing all the progress we've made in coming closer to one another, and losing our friendship as a whole, is deeply unsettling. But even then, I still don't really know how close we are. We may have had sex, but before that, all I knew us to be was friends. Maybe we are more than that, but if so, I never realized it. Maybe that's why I feel so uneasy right now. I don't understand Hanako. Despite all the time we spent together, the minutes are ticking by, and I still have no idea whether she'll show up. Hisao? I pause for a moment, almost not believing that I'm hearing the voice I'm hearing. I drop the can and stand up with a start. Hanako! I'm getting flashbacks to the very beginning of the game. I wonder if that's intended. We look at each other for a few seconds, before Hanako becomes too embarrassed to maintain eye contact and begins to nervously fiddle with the roughly cut lock of hair covering the side of her face. When I went to see Hanako in her room by myself after her breakdown, I had no idea what to say. That was fine then. All either of us wanted was each other's presence. Now, though, I feel like I need to talk to her directly. I want to break down this wall between us before it forces us apart for good. Say you love her, you fool! Hanako, is he gonna do it? No, he's not gonna do it yet. What we did that night, how should I interpret that? Hanako stops playing with her hair. Tell her you love her, you fool! Do it! Fucking do it! Come on! She stops playing with her hair and looks at me. Her head casts slightly downwards. She looks ashamed, which is probably a good mirror how I would look now if I weren't so concerned. I thought you might eventually go away if I was only someone you needed to protect. I thought that if I let you do that, you might see me as someone more than that. I do! We love you, you stupid You're all fucking stupid! I'm getting upset. Why am I getting upset? My first reaction is disbelief. But I did do it with her, after all. I had plenty of opportunities where I could have stopped things, stepped back, and questioned what we were doing. In the end, though, I didn't. A horrible feeling rises in the pit of my stomach. She offered herself to me because of what she thought I wanted, and now It feels like I took advantage of her. She may have been willing, but only under false premises. I've never been good at hiding my emotions from physically showing, and now is no different. Hanako looks down once more. A strange mixture of depression, regret, and sickness written on her face. Hanako, that's a typical evening for some of us. Thick silence hangs in the air, save for the breeze blowing through the trees around us.
I knew you couldn't look at me that way.
Hanako's words are said a little more than a whisper, seemingly directed just as much at herself as to me. In what way? What do you mean?
All I ever was to you was a useless person, just someone to protect, someone like a child. I wanted to be more to you than that, but after so long, I got used to it.
The tone of her voice is unlike any I've heard her use before. She sounds disgusted, not at me, but at herself.
After I came out of my room, I saw that you had started drifting away. I felt like I was going to lose you, because you wanted somebody you could have that kind of relationship with. You were more quiet in school than before, and you were getting on so well with Yuko. I thought that I might lose you.
She thought I was bored of her because I wanted a romantic relationship? But we're friends, right? I wouldn't abandon you like that, even if what you're saying was true.
Friendship was something I thought I'd given up on. I stopped believing in others after what happened after the accident. Before the accident happened, I got on well with people and other children. I didn't have many friends, but I didn't mind, because I treasured the ones I had. Afterwards, though, I was called names by others and teased a lot. It hurt really deeply. The teachers tried to help, but they couldn't do much, and even many of them recoiled just at the sight of me. Among those calling me names and teasing me were the ones that I thought were my closest friends. From then on, I believe it didn't matter if nobody else acknowledged me. All my existence ever did was make people troubled. After all, it was easier if I just didn't exist. But after meeting Lily and then you, I tried, but I couldn't make myself think that way again.
All that time, she didn't trust me. She thought, just like everyone else in her life had, that she was worthless. Someone to throw away once I got bored of being with her. That hurts. It's the one kind of person I never, ever wanted to be seen as. Because I know better than most just how horrible it feels to be thrown away by those who I thought liked me. She's cracking from the memories she's bringing up. I feel useless, completely unable to console her. In a strange way, though, I'm almost thankful that she's allowing me to know this. The wall between us is going away, even if it hurts so badly to bring it down. Hanako, if you just told me.
Was I wrong?
Of course you... She wasn't. Hanako wasn't wrong. It's difficult to force myself to admit this, but I know trying to deny it is pointless. To me, and to Lily, she was someone we tried to protect. She had become to me what I had become to my friends after my heart attack. A broken person. I liked her, possibly even loved her, but I never acted on that precisely because I thought she was so fragile. I mean, I don't look at you that way now. I got worried about you after what happened to you in class, and I thought I should try to protect you. When you locked yourself in your room, though, I got afraid. I thought you were rejecting me, and it forced me to think a lot about different things.
I wasn't rejecting you.
She blurts it out with an almost scared tone to her voice, taking me off guard. She quickly becomes embarrassed by her outbursts, before clenching her fists and working through what she wants to say in her mind.
I would never do that. Not to you. Even though I was scared, even though I tried to push you away, you still tried to get closer to me. I locked myself away because I was just a burden to you, to Lily, to everyone. Every birthday was the same. Everyone doing their best to pretend that I mattered. Everyone pretending everything was all right. For that one day of the year. I didn't want to exist, but they wouldn't let me. Even after meeting Lily, everything was the same. I was as useless as I've always been, unable to do anything for her or for myself. I didn't want to be the same way to you.
Lily and I were completely wrong. From what she said, everything we did for her, it would have only made her feel worse. Even what little I thought I had right about her was completely misjudged. It was a complete misjudgment. After you locked yourself in your room, I decided to try to work out my past as well, and sort out my future. I didn't know how to deal with the things I'd lost by coming to Yamuko, so I was trying to sort them out myself. I thought it would help us become better friends if I did that. Silence hangs in the air again. I try to keep looking at her, but I can't. I feel really low, and though I want to apologize, I don't know how I possibly could. I hear her take a deep breath, and only look back to her after hearing her drop to the ground. What? Oh, come on! The sound of her crying breaks my heart. I know I'm responsible for this, and I know that I can't do anything to help her. If Hanako feels ashamed, then I feel all the more so. We fucked up. We fucked up. We fucked up bad. This... Go to her, dude. This game's bringing out too much shit from me that I didn't know I had. This sucks. I rushed to her as tears continued to roll down her cheeks unabated, wrapping my arms around her. I don't care about how I must look anymore. I just want to be close to her right now.
I'm sorry, Isao. I've messed everything up.
You didn't mess up shit. I did it. I am the fool. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm the one that should be sorry. I was meddling around behind your back, and I never told you anything. I can feel my grip tightening on Hanako as my vision blurs. I can't be bothered trying to hold back now. I have to force my words out as a lump begins to stick in my throat. To tell you the truth, Hanako, I was scared. For the first time since my heart attack, I was really scared.
Isao?
I lost so much when I came to Yamako. I was depending on you more than I ever thought I did. Even now, I still have that hole inside me. After losing my entire life and everyone I'd known, the thought of losing you as well.
But I'm useless.
You're my friend, Hanako. Tell her you fucking love her, you fool! Yeah, he did it! This game's gonna fucking break me. No, you're more than that. I love you, Hanako. I love you so much that the thought of losing you frightened me so much. It's a good moment. Keep it going. Give me that fucking timer. Fuck the timer. Fuck the code. We're finishing this shit. Oh, this is bad. I'm really letting all this out. I can't bring myself to look at her face right now. Mostly because I can't see through the back of her fucking skull. Settle. Focus. Readjust. Continue.
I'm sorry, Isao. I can't help feeling a bit happy. For so long, that's what I wanted to hear.
The last of the floodgate breaks. The sound of her crying permeating in the air as her body jerks against mine. We hold each other tightly, connected more closely than ever in our shared grief and our shared happiness. I don't know how things are going to be like after this. Right now, though, I don't give a fucking damn. There's no other person in the world that either of us could possibly share these memories and emotions with. Nobody. Oh, we dropped a dirty can. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what the hell was that noise? After dropping the dirty can into the bin next to the bench, I take a seat beside Hanako. She puts away the handkerchief I gave her to clean herself up, which hasn't helped much. Then again, I doubt I look much more presentable. Even now, I feel emptied and a bit embarrassed after letting my emotions out in public like that. It's not a bad sensation, though. I think Hanako feels the same way, too. I don't think we have anything to worry about. Based on all these fucking backdrop pictures, there's no one around for fucking... Never mind! I just fucking noticed these three schmucks. I will try not to choke on my fucking quote. Have you calmed down a bit? Yay, we're all smiling again. Yay.
Yes, thank you.
For a while, we just sit and take our time before talking again to one another. We both need a little time to collect ourselves. Really, girl? You've been reading my fucking playbook now. You're just going to talk about the weather.
The weather is nice at this time of year.
Yep, it sure is. Oh, and then I died. I closed my eyes for a moment, relishing the feeling of the sun's heat and the cool breeze against my face. The weather really is nice today. Really, really nice. You know, I don't really want to go back to classes right now. Do you? She shakes her head as she finishes wiping her eyes with her cuff. The small smile she gives is nice, and it's a reminder of how earnest it can be. Smiling for other people might be a completely normal everyday thing. For Hanako, though, she smiles so rarely and so sincerely that each and every time she does it, I feel a sense of relief and happiness.
I'm sorry for everything.
It's okay. I think we both have a bit to be sorry for.
I know that. I'm too shy. I know you don't want me to be. I don't think I can.
You can change, Hanako. I know that because even in the time I've known you, you've already changed. To be honest, just being able to sit here and talk to you like this means that you've changed a lot since we first met. You've come a long way from pulling a Hanako and running out of the room.
But I can't be like that for anyone else. I don't have any plans for after school ends either.
Neither do I, and I've been out of school for a while. Hanako's confidence begins to slide down again. Please don't. I can't take another emotional breakdown in public. I'm not you, I'm talking about me.
But I think that now I can finally talk to her as an equal.
I can do it because I know that we're just the same in so many ways. Just give yourself time, and I think you'll be able to achieve what you want. No, I'm sure that you'll be able to do it. I can see you've been trying, and I have faith in you. And you can depend on me if you feel like you need someone to support you, you know.
But I can't ask that of you.
You can, because that's exactly what I'm asking of you. I'm going through the same thing, you know. It's called love. What the fuck is wrong with me? What's happening? Hanako smiles. Before I get off the bench and dust myself off, she does the same thing in short measure. I'm kinda hungry. Wanna grab something to eat? She nods vigorously. The way she's smiling and the way she's acting, even just the general air she gives off. I feel as if it's the first time I've seen her genuinely happy. I'm the same way when people mention food. We both make our way onto the street, walking beside each other.
Hisao?
Yes, Hanako? Yeah?
I think I don't really understand you.
I don't understand me. I don't think I understand you either. I believe that's fine, though. There's not a single hint of despair in our voices. Not understanding each other is only natural. The walls we set up between ourselves couldn't possibly be broken down in a single day. But that's fine. As long as we take it day by day and try to understand one another, I think everything will be okay. As we walk down the street, though, Hanako's eyes flick to my face and back to the street repeatedly. Is something on your mind? You look restless. She slows before stopping completely. When I turn to meet her, she takes a long, deep breath, looking at my face intently. This expression, I saw it once before on her face. Just once, when I accidentally surprised her in her room.
I think I have something I need to give you.
Is this the point where I'm assassinated? What is it? You don't have to be evasive about it. I'm not big on surprises, folks. I don't react well to them. Not saying one or two people may have gotten knocked the fuck out, but one or two people may have gotten knocked the fuck out.
I wanted to give you this for a long, long time, but now that I need to, it's too embarrassing.
Alright, maybe I'm not being killed. You don't act embarrassed when you kill someone. Don't ask me. Don't ask for further details on that. Don't worry. I'll accept it, whatever it is. She gives a sweet, bashful smile before taking my shoulder in her hand.
Then please accept my first gift to you, Isao.
Hanako? Ah, we got a little pleasant kiss! Yay! Look at the people around loving it! Oh, this looks nice! This is sweet! Look at these smugs in the background. They're really fucking loving this shit. I'm one of them now. Woo! Wait, what? We did it! Oh, we fucking did it! Holy shit! We got the good ending for Hanako! You can't see it right now, but I'm doing a one-man wave. Oh my god! I feel like I should give a breakdown of everything that's happened throughout this journey thus far. This game, in Act 1, it reads your soul, right? It takes the choices that you make, the ones that you feel like you would actually make in that scenario, and interacting with these people, and it's like, alright, we're gonna do this to you. We're gonna send you on this path. This is the girl that we think is deemed for you. And when it did that for me, it sent me on this Hanako path. And ever since then, I've been on this giant fucking roller coaster of emotions. Just gut punch after gut punch. And now we finally reached the end, and oh my god, we got the good ending. I'm an emotional wreck right now. God fucking damn it, what a great ride! Holy shit. I'm still taking it in. I'm taking it all in. I can't believe we did it. What a nice ending! What a good ending, too! Oh, those fucking people in the background just going, aww. I got an assassin and a zombie hunter. Happily ever after. Just expecting those people in the background just start doing the cliche slow clap. I'm gonna give the slow clap for this game. This was awesome. But the story has come to an end. Or I should say, this story has come to an end. This is not the end of Katawa Shoujo. No, not by a long goddamn shot. Wow. You know, I need to take a small break from this game. A small hiatus, but when I decide to get back into it, we're going to go back to the very beginning, and we're just going to see where those other choices would have brought us. Holy fuck! This was awesome. And I can't wait for that day to arrive. But for now, I gotta edit and get to fuck to sleep. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Hanako route of Ryman's bizarre adventures through Katawa Shoujo. If you enjoyed it, in any way, shape, or form, please give the video a like. Subscribe to the channel to see more Katawa Shoujo in the future, along with all the other content that I have on the channel. Follow the Facebook page to keep up with all the news and any other content that I post. Hop on board the Ryman Gaming Discord to hang out and chat with like-minded, deranged individuals, share your thoughts on the videos, and maybe pal around with me when I'm actually awake and not at work. God fucking damn it, this was a terrific fucking experience, and I can't drive that fact home enough. Until the return, stay awesome out there, guys. Adios. Alright, Hanako. Let's go. Ugh. Oh, my fucking legs are creaking on me. That's it. We're done with this particular thing. Let's go, girl. We've got adventures to go on.